Welcome! Today we're diving into ROC and AUC curves, crucial tools for evaluating machine learning models. Let's start with binary classification, where models predict one of two outcomes, like spam or not spam. We often use a decision boundary to separate these classes. While accuracy, the percentage of correct predictions, seems straightforward, it can be deceiving, especially with imbalanced datasets. This limitation shows we need more nuanced evaluation metrics. To understand these nuanced metrics, we first need the confusion matrix. This table helps us visualize the performance of a classification model by summarizing correct and incorrect predictions. It has four key components. True positives are cases where the model correctly predicted the positive class. False negatives are cases where the model incorrectly predicted the negative class when it was actually positive. False positives occur when the model incorrectly predicted the positive class when it was actually negative. Finally, true negatives are cases where the model correctly predicted the negative class. From the confusion matrix, we derive crucial rates. The true positive rate, or TPR, also known as sensitivity or recall, measures how many of the actual positive cases our model correctly identified. It's calculated as true positives divided by the sum of true positives and false negatives, essentially actual positives. A high TPR means fewer actual positives are missed. Conversely, the false positive rate, or FPR, measures how many of the actual negative cases our model incorrectly identified as positive. It's calculated as false positives divided by the sum of false positives and true negatives, essentially actual negatives. A low FPR means fewer false alarms. Most classification models output a probability score, for example, the likelihood of being positive. To make a binary decision, we apply a threshold. If the probability is above the threshold, we classify it as positive, otherwise as negative. This threshold is crucial. Moving the threshold changes how our model makes predictions. For instance, lowering the threshold makes the model more sensitive to positive cases, increasing true positives and thus TPR, but it also increases false positives and FPR. Conversely, raising the threshold reduces false positives and FPR, but might miss more actual positives, lowering TPR. This trade-off between TPR and FPR, controlled by the threshold, is what the ROC curve captures. The receiver operating characteristic, or ROC curve, is a graph showing the performance of a classification model at all classification thresholds. It plots two parameters, the true positive rate on the y-axis and the false positive rate on the x-axis. Both axes range from 0 to 1. To construct the curve, we calculate the TPR and FPR for various threshold settings. Imagine a very low threshold where almost everything is predicted positive. This would give us a high TPR, but also a high FPR. As we increase the threshold, both TPR and FPR generally decrease. We plot these FPR-TPR pairs for each threshold. Once we plot all the FPR-TPR pairs corresponding to different thresholds, we connect them to form the ROC curve. A good classifier will have a curve that rises steeply towards the top left corner, meaning it achieves a high TPR with a low FPR. The diagonal line from 0,000 to 1,000 when represents a purely random classifier, where the TPR is equal to the FPR. Any curve below this diagonal indicates a classifier performing worse than random guessing. An ideal classifier would have a curve that goes straight up to 0 fun and then straight across to 1 fun, achieving 100% TPR with 0% FPR. While the ROC curve provides a visual representation of a model's performance across all thresholds, we often need a single, concise metric to compare models. This is where the area under the curve, or AUC, comes in. AUC measures the entire two-dimensional area underneath the entire ROC curve from nth thous to 1,1. It provides an aggregate measure of performance across all possible classification thresholds. Essentially, AUC tells us how well the model distinguishes between positive and negative classes. A higher AUC value indicates a better performing model. Interpreting AUC values is straightforward. An AUC of 0.5 suggests a model performs no better than random guessing, similar to flipping a coin. An AUC between 0.7 and 0.8 is generally considered acceptable, while 0.8 to 0.9 indicates good performance. An AUC above 0.9 is excellent. When comparing multiple models, the one with the highest AUC value is typically considered the best at distinguishing between positive and negative classes across all possible thresholds. This makes AUC a powerful metric for model selection, as it provides a single, comprehensive measure of a model's discriminative power, robust to class imbalance. To recap, the ROC curve is a powerful visual tool that shows us a model's true positive rate against its false positive rate across all possible classification thresholds. It helps us understand the trade-off inherent in model decision-making. The area under the curve, or AUC, condenses this information into a single interpretable number, allowing for easy comparison between different models. Crucially, both ROC and AUC are robust to class imbalance, providing a more reliable evaluation than simple accuracy, especially in real-world scenarios where outcomes are often unevenly distributed. Understanding and using ROC and AUC is essential for anyone serious about evaluating and selecting effective machine learning models. Thank you for watching.